One. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tazkia from University. As the Prime Minister here, I'd like to deliver my arguments on the motion. This House believes that developing countries should require foreign companies operating in its territory to have a minimum quota of hiring local workers. Before I begin with my arguments, here I'd like to explain what the motion means or what the motions is. And after that, I'm going to tell you my arguments from two aspects. So what does it mean by this motion? This motion means that the countries that have foreign companies run in their land will be asked the foreign companies to have local workers or people from their countries to work in that company. So, as the Prime Minister, we do believe that this motion is true because as a country whose land is taken away for running a company, it's just their rights. It's just theirs to ask them or the foreign company to have a local worker since they run their companies in that land. Okay, so the minimum here doesn't mean that it has to be 10% or whatsoever. It just they have to work the local workers or the local people to work in that company so that they can run their business in that land fully. So okay, I'm going to deliver my arguments now. It's from the social aspect and from the economic aspect. First of all, from the social aspect, the first, locals or the local people in that country will get job. Okay, so the jobless person rate will get less and less. And because they finally get job, they can finally get what they deserve, like insurance or payment for that job, or they get paid, and then they finally have something to do because they are not a jobless person anymore because they are not jobless and they finally get a job. And because of that, they finally can help their family to afford something, and they finally can be people that is not looked down by other people who has job. And that is a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. And imagine if these companies are not making the locals as their workers. Imagine the jobless person in that country, and jobless person's rate in that country will become more and more. It will become bigger and bigger. And because of that, we do believe that this motion is true because it will make the jobless person become less from in the social aspect. And then the second one is from economic aspects, ladies and gentlemen. As I've said before, these companies or this person who work in the company will get paid because they work in that company or because they work in that business land. And because of that, they finally get money. They finally can afford anything. For example, like clothes and nice foods and etc. Anything they can buy with money. They finally can live their life in the nice way. They finally can afford anything because they get paid, they get money. And imagine if they are not worked in the company. Imagine if that company is not required to have local workers. Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, it means that the jobless person will get no paid, will get no money, and then the poor people in that company will become more, and it will increase the rate of poor people in that country, in that developing countries. And because of that, they have to get work, but job is hard to find. So as long as this company is running in that land or in the countries, especially developing countries, they have to have at least 10% or 12% of local workers, ladies and gentlemen. Because developing countries is a country that is still developing. It's not developed countries. As you can imagine, that developing countries still have a lot of poor people in it, still have like persons or family or people that is live under unpaid person, like they're living their life not fully, like they got no job, they got no money, and how could they live their life? So, ladies and gentlemen, with if these foreign companies work some worker from the locals, it means that they help the people in that country to have a life that they deserve, to have a life that is nice, to have a life that everyone can experience, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, because of that, the developing countries will get the benefit, and then the foreign countries also will get the benefit because they work workers from locals, and then these developing countries will get the benefit, that is the jobless rate will get decreased. And yeah, if both parties or company and the countries work together, it will make a huge difference from their position. For the foreign companies will get the benefit, and then the countries will get benefit too, as what I've said. So, ladies and gentlemen, as Prime Minister, we do believe that this House believes that developing countries should require foreign companies operating in its territory to have a minimum quota of hiring local workers is true. Thank you so much.